Ta ta ra ta ra ta. Ta ta ra ta ra ta. Ta ta ra ta ra ta. I'm on fire. I can't sing, but I was born and raised in the Caribbean. I know I can dance. Why is Mitch singing and doing a goofy dance when Nio is down in the stock price again? For those who are looking at my channel for the first time, they're probably saying, this boy done lost his god-darn mind. No, I haven't. Welcome back to my channel, guys. The Wealthy Mindset is yours truly, Money Making Mitch. And as usual, guys, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and research. Let's start with this. Nio is trading at $8.35. It's down 14 cents this morning. The 52-week low is $7 and the 52-week high is $16.18. As a disclaimer, I hold 2,260 shares at $3.53, and on SoFi I hold 478 shares at $8.71. So why is Mitch singing? Okay. Remember I told you guys, and we all know this by now, that the establishment in the West keeps, especially here at home in America, keeps beating down Nio, pretending not to know what they're doing, and is going to get to a point where they pull the rug out from under people and say, oh, well, you know, Nio is turning things around, and as if they didn't know all the things Nio is implementing. So listen to what Goldman Sachs said. Goldman Sachs initiates coverage of Nio with neutral rating. Despite its early mover advantage, Nio's growth momentum could remain soft on relatively fewer newer model launches. This is their justification for this. They're saying that Nio's growth momentum could remain soft on relatively fewer new model launches given its mature product portfolio versus peers, Goldman Sachs said. Goldman Sachs has a 12-month price target of $8.04 on Nio, implying 7% downside. In a research note sent to investors on January 3rd, and remember this, guys, when these analysts come out and say this, the uneducated investor panic and, oh my God, this company, what they're saying is this company is bad, I need to sell. And that's what I used to do in the beginning, and I never made money. It's only when you start doing your own research and realizing that these animals are here to keep you poor and keep the majority of the population as consumers, not investors. Okay. Nio has been losing market share in China, they say, even though we're growing year over year. New energy vehicle market in the RMB 300,000, the 41,900 or more NEV segment, and analyst Tina Hu's team noted. So this is one of the ways they shake you off the money tree, knowing fully well Alps is coming out, knowing fully well Firefly is going to flood Europe. But anyway, hold on. Despite Nio's early mover advantage, growth momentum could remain soft on relatively fewer new models launches given its mature product portfolio versus peers, the team said. The team expects Nio revenue to grow at a compound annual growth rate of 31% from 2023 to 2025. Now here's what they're going to do. As we continue to create more partnerships and they use our battery swapping stations, and we generate revenue, and we release Alps, and we release Firefly, and our revenue skyrockets, they're going to say, Nio is really turning things around. It's surprising. It caught us off guard. Anyway, Goldman Sachs sales forecast for Nio from 2024 to 2025 is 11 to 14% below consensus expectations. Remember that. As the consensus implied monthly sales volume for its Alps brand at 7,800 per model in 2025 is too high versus 1,800 for its existing models, according to the note. Nio has a more comprehensive portfolio compared to its peers, so Goldman Sachs expect the EV maker to have a relatively softer stock of new model pipeline over the next 2 years. A softer stock. Okay. With one model under the Nio main brand, the ET9, and two under the Alps sub-brand. What about Firefly? And they underestimating Alps. Okay. And they're pretending not to know. We did not go to school for finance, but we know, and they somehow don't know. This is the game I told you guys they've played from the time the stock market has been a thing. The recent issuance of a $1 billion convertible bond and $2.2 billion equity investment has eased financing pressures, but Nio's free cash flow will remain negative before 2026, Goldman Sachs said. Really? Okay. After closing a $2.2 billion equity financing from CYV in December, Nio is estimated to have RMB 17 billion in net cash at the end of 2026. Nio performed weekly in early US stock market trading Thursday, falling 0.8%. So it also says after closing 2.2, enough to support its operations, ongoing research and development and brand development, Goldman Sachs said, until 2026. So if we have enough cash flow until 2026, my question to you guys is, do you think that with Alps, with Firefly, with the partnerships, all of them lined up now, especially with the video I just did this morning talking about how the Chinese government is supporting us even more with the battery swap stations, giving back to the grid? Do you guys think we'll be profitable? I'm sure you all are going to say yes, except for the shorts, the trolls and negative Nancy's. I don't pay them any mind. They're like, their lips move but nothing comes out. So, but yet we did not go to school for finance, right? Well, listen to this. If you still don't have confidence, one of my subscribers, I want to give him a shout out. I told you guys, most of my subscribers and followers, all of you, do your research, and I tip my hat to you all. This guy, his name is Sparta Hill. This brother said, your videos are informative, optimistic, and more importantly, entertaining. And investing should be fun. Excuse me, guys. I have followed China Nio since its inception in 2014 and invested in it since its IPO in 2018. I invested in 2014, soon as they came. But anyway, I believe in the company's business model, leadership, culture. Listen to that word, culture. Very important. This is why I keep saying that the founder of Merck Pharmaceutical said to put the customer first and all else will follow. Where is Merck Pharmaceutical today, guys? Exactly. And corporate responsibility practices, which you and many of your subscribers share, having completed my doctoral research on China, listen to this, at UIW, I can say with a degree of authority, that the industry has yet to realize the far-reaching implications of this company. Despite this, no one on Wall Street or even the US government wants to acknowledge that a Chinese brand is poised to reshape an industry pioneered in the USA. We are reshaping it. Even though Tesla started it, and we're going to go even way before Tesla, but anyway. Just like the US government was held hostage by special interest groups and they're paid for congressional mouthpieces with solar technology, they are now championing the same automotive brands that led them down the path of environmental crisis. Ironically, electric vehicles were invented in the US in the 1830s and made practical by the 1870s. Yet more than a century later, the US is still trying to catch up with other countries in the transition to EVs. I tip my hat to you, my brother. We need people like this to remind us of why we're going to dominate the landscape. Again, I'm the only YouTuber saying this. We're not going to be one of the leaders. We're going to dominate. Anyway, another one of my subscribers, Miro Shahev, Miro Ashev, sorry. I have mentioned him on my past videos. Again, he said, interesting to see the long-term perspective on sales for the first to the 7th year, he said, which I pointed out. That's why I wrote that the most important thing is the upward trend. For a new company, these are pretty good percentage increases. Is Rivian doing this to what we're doing? No, but their share price is higher. Why? Because of BS. Anyway, annual sales in 2023 grew 30% compared to 2022. So next year, an annual increase of 25% would lead to 200,000 deliveries. Imagine what would be the number of deliveries in a couple of years when the company is past the brand awareness stage in new markets. Thank you, my brother. And also, another one of my subscribers, Carl IB2SD, said, Mitch, video request. If you have time at some point, how is Nio able to stay ahead? Do they recruit the best engineers? And I'm going to do a video on just based on that to give you guys confidence and show you why Nio is poised to be numero uno, number one. Because there's a reason. If I take the best chefs from France and I have them cook, and I take somebody from, somebody who never went to school to be able to bake, who would bake the better bread for me? Who would make the best French dishes for me? The French chef or the nobody who never went to school and learned how to cook? This is what Nio is doing, guys. We're taking the best of the best to make the best bread. So I hope you guys found this video informational and inspirational. If it did that for you guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. If you don't, I'm gonna kill you. No, I'm just kidding. And share this on your social media, guys. If you haven't yet subscribed, you might want to think about doing so, because in this channel, my subscribers and I have that warrior mindset where we get rich or we die trying, guys.